Good morning. Welcome to Let's Get Into It, a life celebration. Back in the kitchen, kitchen magician. but I'm getting ready for work, getting ready to leave for work. And I wanted to share a drink that I have every morning before I go to work. I had it posted. If you are a returning subscriber and you were watching my other channel, How To's and Randoms, I had it posted on there. However, since then, I've made some changes and I've added some things. So I got my half a lemon. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze it in. I do seeds and all, okay? Squeeze it in the blender, okay? Might kind of go kind of fast this month, like I said, but I'm not running behind or anything. But you know how it is when you get ready for work. I added this, aloe vera juice, okay? All I do is just a cap full of aloe vera juice. Ooh. Add that in there. Okay. Got my apple cider vinegar. I personally love Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the mother. Okay. This bottle is almost gone, but I got a gallon of it over there in my pantry. Oh, and I do 2 capfuls of this. Okay. 1, 2. Get ready to go to my job this morning. Okay, I got cinnamon. How much, Kenyatta? I just do a few shakes, put it in there. Okay, my turmeric root powder. Okay, one day I might just get some fresh turmeric and, try to work with that same thing. Okay, make sure I got enough in there. Okay. Now let me now what I do for the ginger, instead of ginger powder, I got the ginger honey crystals, okay? It adds, sweetness to it. So, excuse me, so I don't have to add as much honey, okay, or agave. So I just do that. One time I did take some fresh ginger and I made a tea out of it and added it, which might be better, I don't know, but I didn't particularly care for it. Hold on. Okay, yeah. I didn't particularly care for it like that. So I just like the crystals, okay? My cayenne pepper, okay? And I just take like a pinch. Nobody else is in this container but me. So I just take like a couple pinches and put it in there. Okay. Also, what I added is spirulina, okay, to it, and it calls for 1 teaspoon of spirulina. I mean, on the package, that's the serving, 1 teaspoon. So, used to do spirulina years ago, and I had some here in my cabinet, and I forgot I had it, and I was like, oh, I gotta get my spirulina in. I was trying to get things, back in order with my eating and whatnot, and it's just like, oh, let me add it to this drink. Another thing that I add is trace minerals. This is magnesium. It's very nasty. When I bought it, it said, make sure you put it in food or drink to hide and mask the taste. I'm like, oh, I can handle it. I'm sitting in the car and I took a dropper full. Oh my God. They are not playing, okay? And it calls for 4. Now, for those of you who are dealing with perimenopause, which I'm one, and sorry, men, I was so pissed yesterday, honey. I had not had a period in 4 months. I was so happy. I thought I was on my way to freedom train, okay? And no, not quite. I was mad. I'm at work. I was mad as hell. And I was cramping and everything. I was like, this shit just needs to be done completely. Okay, and then my raw honey. Now, I like, so I was going to say for women who are, perimenopause, magnesium is really great because one of the top symptoms is of perimenopause is anxiety, and it can get really, really bad. Not your typical anxiety that most of us have. It can get really, really bad. Panic attacks, anxiety attacks, and all of that. I've kind of surpassed that, thank God. But magnesium is, perimenopause, honey, you never know what's gonna pop up on you. Just like I'm 4 months in, and boom, here we are. Red river flowing. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. You may feel like you surpassed, some of the symptoms or whatnot, and then you stand there one day and it's boom, it hit you like like it hit you the first time. So magnesium is really good, for, to help keep you kind of grounded and calm, centered and everything. Honey, I just kind of pour a little bit in. Now this is raw honey. My preference with raw honey is I like it in a solid form as opposed to the liquid form. But I was at the grocery store, shit, and this is what I saw, so this is what I got. You know, raw honey can be really expensive. I don't use this. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't use this in here every day. I did at first, but it's very expensive. I like to keep my honey for other kinds of teas. Hold on, just washing my hands here. Like if you know. I'm gonna work on a better setup, y'all, one day. Like if my daughter doesn't feel well or we don't feel well, we got, you know, colds, things like that. I like to really kind of preserve my raw honey for stuff like that. Something I added, which I don't have time this morning to do, okay, is carrot juice, okay? I have a juicer over there in the corner, and I just add a little carrot juice to it. That helps to cut back on using... I mean, because this can be really bitter, more so because of this, okay, the trace minerals. It can be real bitter. So I, you know, kind of sweeten it up to really mask that taste. But, so the carrot juice, because it's when you juice it, it's very sweet. You know, you don't have to, for me, I find that I don't have to add as much honey, or I also use agave nectar, you know, to it. And I'm not doing it, hot, okay, like before on that one video I did on my other channel, I boiled the water. I'm not doing it that way. Hold on, let me blend this and everything, and I'll be right back. All right, there it is. I tasted it right from the carafe. Okay, this is what I carry it in. It's clean. I washed it yesterday. I do this every day. I may not do it on Saturdays and Sundays. You know, weekends, I'm a little more lax with stuff. Try to give myself room for, you know, like I was talking in my video yesterday, you know, about weight loss and whatnot. So I may not do, you know, my raw stuff on the weekends, okay? I may, you know, going out there and enjoy myself. But like last weekend, I made the vegan macaroni and cheese, and I fried up some seitan. For those of you who are familiar with it, you know, actually, I got it from Whole Foods, the seitan, and I, you know, fried it up. So that was my splurge and a vegan cookie. But you can make the seitan from scratch, okay? It's just flour and water. So I may get another package, and, you know, show y'all whatever I make with it. But what I think I want to do, I know what I want to do is I want to actually make some from scratch myself. I did before years ago. There was a channel here on YouTube that I found, hold on, a vegan channel on YouTube. This was so long ago, and this young girl on there, she had a family, young girl. Man, she would make them vegan dishes, and she did it just like so quick and fast. You know, wasn't a whole lot of, you know, she just didn't put a whole lot into it, but she did it, you know, with very few ingredients. And I tried. I was making vegan cakes. I was making. She was Jamaican. What else did she make? The dumplings. I was making all of that stuff, everything, because she did it like with a few ingredients, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and done. And I cannot find her channel. I do not remember. I don't even remember her name. I have put in vegan channels, vegan recipes, vegan this, that, and the other, and I can't find her. Like, but for me, she was one of the best because she was quick. I mean, like, she had a family, you know, and it's like nobody has time to be. Well, at least I didn't all day long, you know, with 1,000 different ingredients, you know. So I learned from, well, actually, when I was with African Hebrew Israelites, I was married in the community. The man that I married, he was, I keep talking about my other channel. I posted him in my community tab on my other channel. But anyway, he was in charge of making the seitan and the roast. Okay, so we would go in the basement of the Soul Vegetarian here in Cleveland. I would be there with him for hours watching him because he made it for the restaurant. Okay. Well, he was one of all the men. That's what the men did. The women had their role, the things that they did, and the men had theirs. Because, like the sister asked me, some kids asked me, did the men teach? I wasn't a part of the community of men that you see out on the streets teaching. That wasn't the Hebrew community that I was a part of. Our teaching was like within. People were invited. Outside people who were not a part of the community were always invited to come, but they never like set up outside and did any kind of preaching or anything like that. Ours was more so, it wasn't so much of a preaching thing as it was more so of a teaching thing. I mean, they were really scholarly with their teachings in terms of being a part of, what it meant to be Hebrew and being a part of that Hebrew community. I learned a little teeny tiny bit of Hebrew. But yeah, so that was our community. The men did a lot of the building, going from, I mean, their restaurants and whatnot that you may see in some cities. They were either built by the men in the community, or they were buildings that were already there and they renovated them, and so on and so forth. And that was a lot of the work they did, the scholarly work, the teaching and whatnot. Now the women were allowed to teach, women of course, but the men did the teaching, more so like the prince of the community, of the Gnostics of the community. They had the School of the Prophets. I was a member of the School of the Prophets, and that was our teaching classes and whatnot. So I'll go into that another time, and hopefully I can get, maybe if I can find, well, one sister I run into all the time, the one I said is somewhat of a chef. I think she's still a part of the community. But I know another sister, I don't think she's a part of it anymore. I'm not really sure. But maybe I can get them sometimes on to talk, because they were in it much longer than I was, talk about their experiences being in the community, what it was like. I haven't run into any of the men lately, because I think the Cleveland mission kind of broke down, so some people have left and moved on to other missions, or just other, other parts, aspects of their life, but it was fun. I learned a lot there. But nevertheless, here go my juice. It's good, okay? And all of those, I think a lot of the things that I put in there, are, some of them are considered like superfoods, the antioxidants and, anti-inflammatory and so on and so forth. So here is my daily concoction. Yeah, like I was saying, just on Saturday and Sunday, I might kind of, well, like this past Saturday, I did all that, but I still made my juice. It was like, but still drink your juice. Be lax on your, Saturday and Sunday, but still drink your juice. And because every morning I used to have coffee, because I love coffee, but but see, I like coffee with my cream and sugar. That's me. I love the taste of coffee with my cream and sugar. Okay. So it's like, I gotta pull back, so I'll do coffee sometimes in the evenings, but not as much, or reserve it for the weekends. But anyway, that's that every morning. I find that I have a lot of energy. When I first did this, I am not gonna lie. At first, when I did it, I was fine. A couple days later, I had a headache. Okay. And then when I added like the aloe vera juice, and I added the trace minerals and all of that kind of stuff. Listen, one day I had a headache so bad, it was like just ridiculous. It was just pounding, and I knew it was like my system, from this juice cleaning out. So I just, when a lot of times you go through a clean out process, for me, I'll get headaches. Some people may get nauseous, or have like those kind of feel like you got a cold type symptoms or whatever. But my headache was extreme. But I just went through the process, went with it, because I knew the next day or the day after I would be straight. And here we are. This is probably my third week doing this consistently. I mean, like every single day, like I said, except for the weekends. All right, y'all, I got to get ready to go to work. And let's see what happens when I go to work. I was thinking about recording some stuff at work, but I work in schools, so I don't want to have the children's faces and whatnot on the camera, because I don't have they're underage, and I don't have the permission to do that. So, and the schools might have an issue with that. All right. But I may have some of my colleagues on there, the security guards and whatnot, if they want to come on and talk. Y'all go watch us talk crazy, talk shit all day. All right. But anyway, y'all be blessed. Peace.